What's up, everyone? It's your channel TFD back again with another update. The Indiana Fever's decision to waive Brie Hall and Jillian Alleyne is stirring up heated debates online, especially among Fever fans. Some people are even suggesting that these roster moves have racial undertones, but let's break down what's really going on. Brie Hall, a standout from South Carolina and a proven defender under Dawn Staley, was selected 20th overall in the 2025 WNBA Draft. Despite her strong college resume and reputation as an elite defender, Hall was considered a long shot to make the Fever's final roster due to the team's depth and the limited number of roster spots available. Jillian Alleyne, a veteran forward, was also waived after signing a training camp deal. These moves aren't surprising to those following the Fever closely. The team has been revamping its roster to make a playoff push, bringing in experienced veterans and top draft picks like Makayla Timpson, who has impressed during training camp. With only 12 roster spots available in the WNBA, tough decisions are inevitable, and sometimes talented players get cut simply because there isn't enough room. Some fans may want to frame this as a race issue, but the reality is that roster cuts are a normal part of professional sports, especially in a league as competitive as the WNBA. Hall herself responded positively, saying she's thankful for the opportunity and looking forward to what's next. For now, the Fever are focused on building a team they believe can compete for a championship, and that means making difficult choices along the way. And man, things are heating up in the world of women's basketball. This time, all eyes are on South Carolina and coach Dawn Staley. Let's dive in. So, here's what's buzzing. The media is starting to question Dawn Staley's track record when it comes to player development. People are saying, is she really building up her players, or is she just stacking her roster with top recruits and letting them ride the wave? I'm not here to make that call, but that's the talk going around right now. Now, with Brie Hall's situation in Indiana making headlines, it's getting even more real. The Indiana Fever just waived her, and folks are looking back at Staley calling Hall an elite defender. If she was so elite, why didn't she stick with the Fever? That's what people are asking. I know some fans are surprised usually. South Carolina players don't get cut this early. But the Fever are making moves, and Hall was the odd one out. They need that roster spot, especially with new talent like Makayla Timpson coming in strong and Lexi Hull locking down on defense. So, what does this mean for Dawn Staley and her program? The pressure is definitely on. The media is connecting the dots, and every decision is under the microscope. Like I said before, the chickens are coming home to roost for South Carolina, especially as more of their players enter the WNBA and face tough competition. That's the latest, guys. Indiana Fever cut. Elite defender, loved by South Carolina's Dawn Staley. The Indiana Fever have waived Brie Hall after the South Carolina star was selected in the 2025 WNBA Draft, with Gamecocks head coach Dawn Staley previously lauding her. The Indiana Fever have released an elite defender in Brie Hall, who was highly praised by Dawn Staley, her coach at South Carolina, as the WNBA team announced her departure on Monday. Ahead of the 2025 season, Fever have been active in the market, securing free agents Brianna Turner, DeWanna Bonner, Natasha Howard, and Sydney Colson, as well as acquiring Sophie Cunningham through a multifaceted trade deal. Although Makayla Timpson and Hall were both picked up in the 2025 WNBA Draft, Hall has since been cut from the team. Speaking of the Fever, a reporter banned from covering the team has made a surprise comeback, while star player Caitlin Clark warned her teammates before their recent game in Iowa. Man, since getting released from the team, things have really been heating up. That article basically boiled down to Dawn Staley straight up labeling Brie Hall as a top-tier defender. No fluff, just facts. Now I actually got a little audio from someone who's been sounding off on this Brie Hall situation. One person on Twitter isn't holding back at all. He's been very vocal, and he laid out multiple reasons why this went down the way it did. But before we dive into those tweets, I want y'all to hear what he had to say for yourself. Let's go ahead and play that clip. Fair warning, there's some strong language here. Shout out to the homie for keeping it real, though. This is his theory on why Brie Hall ended up getting cut. Let's run it right now.
Yo, what up, everybody? So, Brie Hall got cut today. Oh, by the way, I'm driving in this nasty weather here in Dallas. So if you hear that background. But anyways, yeah, so Brie Hall got cut today. And it's pretty much like, thank you for your services, man. Like you just had some of the best memories someone could ever dream of. Got to play with the best ever, the future GOAT. You'll have a story to tell your grandkids. So I put that tweet out. But it's like, yo, then I'm really scrolling and niggas really, like, surprised she got cut. Like, what? Surprised she got... Bro, she's not a good player. I don't know where this Brie Hall... Like, yo, Don Staley really got a stranglehold in this entire league. The amount of PR these South Carolina players be getting, bro. Like, Brie Hall is the fakest defender. Like, the one thing everybody says she can do well, she can't do well. Like, I'm gonna put the clip. Like, you gonna see the video I put in here. Like, just watch what happens on this play, man. People saying she locked up Madison Booker. No, she did not lock Madison Booker up. Madison Booker missed shots while Brie Hall was defending. There's a big difference. She can't make layups. She can't defend, and she's like a streaky shooter. On top of the fact that, like, there was not a spot for her to make on. There was not a roster spot for her to make on this team. And I can already predict what people are going to say. Oh, you should have cut Sid Colson. Cut Sid Colson? Like, she's a backup point guard. Like, you gonna cut her backup point guard? Like, yo, I'm already crashing because I just can't believe what I'm reading on the TL, bro. Brie fucking Hall? We really losing sleep on Brie Hall, bro? Yo, shout out to Don Staley, man. She really got she got the whole league, the whole women's basketball fan base in a stranglehold with the PR some of these South Gamecock players got, man. And it's no disrespect, but we got to start telling the truth. Like, this season, I am not sugarcoating shit, bruh. I am not going to sit here and hold my tongue. I am telling the truth about every single player. Like, I'm not holding my tongue, dog. Like, and if you on that other side, stay on that other side, bro. But yeah, Brie Hall, thank you for your services. The story to tell your grandkids.
Like I said earlier, folks are heated that one of Don Staley's players got cut. Let's be real, this whole thing is politics, plain and simple. Nobody ever imagined South Carolina players, especially under Don, would be the ones getting shown the door. But guess what? It happened. This is real life. And no, y'all can't just jump out and start pulling the race card every time something don't go your way, man. Alright, now let's head over to X, formerly Twitter. Remember I told y'all they're trying to spark this whole race war over Brie Hall getting waived? Man, it's getting wild out there. The timeline is straight chaos. Folks are mad. One user said, Brie Hall getting waived is so corny. SMH. But forget Andy for real. The W has come too far for this. Another person posted, I bet Brie Hall somewhere chilling, doing her little evil laugh while reading these comments. Hope someone signs her. And honestly, I hope she gets picked up too, man. Somebody else chimed in saying, I'd love to see Brie Hall suit up in the Bay Area. The roster limit needs to be expanded. Facts. There were people who genuinely wanted her to stay. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. Some people even confused her with somebody else, like, y'all got Brie Hall mixed up. She wasn't a top pick. She went late second round. Another said, Coach let my little baby Brie Hall go today. She got snatched real quick. One tweet stood out. Honestly, I was more impressed with Brie Hall than Emily Hall. Brie played more like a team player. And of course, someone had to say, she got cut cause she ain't follow Caitlin Clark on socials. Like, bruh, come on now. We can't be serious with that. At the end of the day, this whole thing seems to be spiraling right back to Don Staley. Folks are holding her and her players to some next-level standard. And now that her player got waived, it's like the league just declared war or something. They weren't ready when the beast showed up, bro.
Time coming in, she was just able to hit the ball out. You know, their chemistry to find their groove. Another team with new pieces, a new head coach and Chris Koplanis. But I think Paige is nice shot by Hall.
As they look to expand their pool of talent. So Well, it was one of the things they'd even brought up to us, saying comes up with a rebound. Back to Hall. 4:20 to go in the fourth. Hall elevates and drops it in.